I am your entertainment for tonight, your boy Millsysaurus, and welcome back to another episode of FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 3, episode February. We have just finished the January transfer window, and it was one hell of a window. In today's episode, it's going to be a bit of a lengthy episode because not only we have 4 matches in the Liga, 1 match in the Coupe Nationale, and 1 match in the Champions Cup, but we are going to go through the squad report. Not to mention, I am going to show you everything that went down in the January transfer window and what we will be expecting in Season 4. But before we get through all of those topics, I'm going to show you the Liga table. We sit in rank number 2. After 24 games, we have 56 points, so we're 2 points behind the number 1 team in the Liga at the moment, Olympique Lyonnais. But with their top goal scorer being bought by yours truly, I think that may cripple them throughout the rest of the season. So I'm going to give a prediction of Lyonnais finishing at about 4th or maybe 5th, give or take. The 2 teams, that need to be worrying at the moment are FC Metz and Angers SCO, as they are in the relegation zone, the demotion zone, so to speak. I think it's called the relegation zone because they are in that position where if they are 19th or 20th at the end of the season, they will be demoted down to the Liga 2. But we definitely do not need to worry about that. With 17 wins, 5 draws and only 2 losses. 55 goals been scored, 18 goals have been conceded. That gives us a goal difference of 37. Now, I also want to show you guys what we have won and what we are competing in at the moment. So in the Invitational Cup, we did manage to defeat, after 2 seasons of losing to FC Bayern, we managed to beat them in the finals. So 3rd time's a charm, 3 is my lucky number. So we became the Invitational Cup champions. We was not in the Copa Europe this year, as we did not win the Europa League or the Champions League. Barcelona did defeat Arsenal. And at the moment in the Champions Cup, we have scraped through to the round of 16, our next game being against Juventus. Also eligible in the Champions Cup are the likes of Manchester City, Lazio, Atletico Madrid, Napoli, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Lille, Barcelona, AS Monaco, Arsenal, Valencia, FC Bayern and Liverpool. So a very interesting 16, and I'm very looking forward to seeing what happens. Also, when my game decides to load it up, we do not know who is qualified for the round of 16 in the Europa League. In the Coupe Nationale, we are also in the round of 16. I am not going to go through every team, but I do see some noticeable clubs. I can't name all of them, but our next game is going to be against FC Lorient. In the Coupe de Ligue, we have made it to the finals, which we will be taking on the likes of... I cannot see which team that is. I don't think I've ever seen that logo in my life. I may have, but my football knowledge is not spectacular, so I would not know. But it'll be nice to see us win the treble. A man can only dream. Or even a quadruple, as we did win the Invitational Cup. So it'll be nice to win the Coupe de Ligue, the Coupe Nationale, as well as the Champions Cup, or even 5 trophies in the Champions Cup and the Liga. So very ambitious. But like I said, a man can only dream. We do have a couple of emails. So we have the Youth Squad monthly report come in. This guy, Akpro, looks absolutely phenomenal, and he is definitely eligible to join the squad at 18 years old. I'm not going to sign anybody from my youth academy just yet, not until we get towards the end of the season. It will be then I decide who is appropriate to join my reserve squad for their epic journey in Season 4 towards the Coupe de Ligue Cup. Would we be defending it, or would we be trying to retain it? Anthony Renaud looks decent. Florian Niakate looks decent. Gaetan Haller looks decent. Goujavan Andrea Nade looks decent. Patrice Mopai looks great. Riffy De Vega looks decent. Salim Rivirez looks decent. Stefan Barr looks great. Victor Kamara looks decent. William Bazil looks decent. And Johan Malset looks decent. So a lot of decent players. So we're going to delete that email, and we've got the monthly scouting updates. Florian Mangani, terrible, so I'm going to reject that player. Gregory Akpro. Sounds like the same player as I've got in my youth academy. But we're going to sign him nonetheless because he does have a potential of 69 to 93. Jonathan Dauphin doesn't look good enough, so I'm going to reject him. Lucas Hassan looks decent, so I might sign him. Valentin Traore does not look good enough, and that is it. So in the transfer deadline day, a whopping $250,600,000 was spent. With no more messages to read, we are going to move on. Looking at our contracts, we have got Handanovic with 5 months left. He will be leaving us to join the likes of... Who was it that grabbed him? We'll find out in the squad report, no problem. Other than that, there's no one else to worry about. Talked about our youth squad already. We do have a couple of potential job openings. AS Saint Etienne are looking for a manager. Lazio are looking for a manager. Torino are looking for a manager. Sampdoria, and that is it. Our finances are looking swell. We have a lot of money, as you can see, and I'm going to place it on the budget split of 85-15, which leaves us with $295,944 on wage budget. As for the transfer budget, we have $87,204,992. So looking really good. Global Transfer Network, I'm going to ask all of my scouts to return, and I think I'm going to decide in March, or maybe in a couple of days actually, whether or not I'm going to sell some scouts to bring in some new ones for that double 5-star judgment and experience, or I'm simply going to keep them on. Now, in our shortlist, we are going to get rid of Philipp Lahm. He only has 5 months left on his contract, so it'll be interesting to see whether FC Bayern gives him a new contract or whether we can find him in the free agents. That would be pretty sweet if he joins the free agency. Same applies to Lionel Messi, as he has 5 months left on his contract. If Barcelona have any sense at all, they will definitely renew with him. If not, looks like we are going to be stealing someone from that free agency before anyone else does. And then we can remove Luis Suarez, Eden Hazard, and Gareth Bale from our shortlist, as they were only curiosity buys. Now, it's now time to talk about transfer negotiations. We don't need to talk about unsuccessful, but we will talk about successful. So we are going to start with the lowest overall player. So I'm going to sort it out in status. Players who departed the club. I wish, you know what? Actually, let's just sort it out by overall. So Alec Georgian finally left us. He's been with us since the first season as a youth player. I've not used him once in any matches at all. He's departed the club for East-Stack Troyes. He was worth $1 million, and we sold him for $775,000. So no money, no profit made there. Doesn't particularly bother me. I just wanted to get him out. Now, Jean-Kevin Augustin got loaned for a short term to Barcelona. So I hope he got enough, or gets enough game time. Jordan Ikoko finally left us for FC Metz. It was just his time. He was a very good player in the second squad. He never had any hope in joining the first team, so it was just that time where we had to say goodbye to him. Worth 2.4 million, we sold him for 2.5. Alfonso Areola has left us for East-Stack Troyes for a short-term loan. So yeah, we will say we'll be seeing him again in season 4. Alessio Romagnoli joined us in the summer from AC Milan. He was worth $10 million, and we had to pay out $20 million. So AC Milan definitely made some money off of us there. He's been fantastic for the club so far. I've got no regrets. One of our biggest upsets this season is saying goodbye to Brill, Donald and Bolo. Now, he said he was homesick. But he didn't go back to Sweden. He went to England, and he now plays for Everton. Decent team for him. I'm sure they will use him well. He was estimated at 13 million, and we unfortunately sold him for 11.5. So we couldn't make a profit off of him. The board didn't give me any say in the matter. They just automatically put him on the transfer window because he was unsettled. They didn't want to shame their reputation, and they just sold him without my consent. So I was a bit pissed off about that. Stan Bowley got loaned out in the summer to the likes of Hamburger, I believe it is. I'm sure it's Hamburger. For a 1-year loan. So I hope he's doing well. Then there is Wissam Ben Yedder. Now, I know you recognise this guy. At the beginning of this career mode, he was playing for Toulouse. Then Lion Ice bought him from Toulouse. Now we have bought him from Lion Eyes, our rival club in the Liga. And the reason why we bought Ben Yedder was because we lost in Bolo, so we needed a replacement. And we thought, why not get Ben Yedder? Because he is the top scorer, goal scorer in the Liga. So this is a tactical buy. Not necessarily my first choice, but I thought, hey, why not? The man can score goals. Let's buy him, even though he has an injury. And that way we can see how Olympique Lyonnais may crumble ever so slowly in the Liga. So I've given my prediction of Lyonnais finishing in about 4th or 5th place in the Liga. I could be wrong. Who knows? But what I do know is I'm looking forward to seeing this guy score goals for PSG. He has definitely joined a better club. He was worth 13.5 million. We paid 20 million. Danilo joined us from Chelsea as a short-term loanee. We got him in the summer to help Rabiot in the second squad of that midfield. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to him in January, and he was a decent player, so maybe he'll have a place at PSG in the future. Now, Lavezzi is someone we sold in the summer to Manchester City. It was just that time, and I hope he's doing well in England. Estimated worth of 12 million. We sold him for 14. Van der Waal also departed the club in the summer. 80 overall, left us for Sampdoria, valued at 11.5, and we sold him exactly for his worth. Joining us in the summer was Daniel Rugani from Juventus. He came along with Romagnoli for the second squad. Fantastic defender. Estimated worth at $20 million, and we paid his value. Yuri Tillemans, another man who came in the January transfer window. We needed a replacement, someone to help Rabiot in the midfield in that second squad. So we went to West Brom. He's worth $27 million, and we managed to pay 25. So we did save ourselves a little bit of money, and Yuri has got outstanding potential. Arguably one of the best centre midfielders in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how well he grows at PSG. Martin Caceres left us in the summer to go to Chelsea. We sold him for 14.5 million, and he was worth 13. Ivan Perisic has left us on a short-term loan to Real Sociedad. So it left that space open for the likes of Robin and Lucas. Klaus-Jan Huntelaar has also left us to join our rivals, Toulouse, for a short-term loan. I was a little bit hesitant at first, but I knew if I had let down this offer, we may have not been able to loan out the likes of Huntelaar. Decent striker, haven't played him properly. I don't have any interest in playing him. He's simply got brought in on pre-contract just to make a bit of money out of. Levin Kozawa, potentially the second best left back in the world, left us to go to Roma, worth 21 million, and we sold him for 25. Sergio Aurier, a last-minute sell, has gone to Arsenal, valued at 19 million, and we sold him for 21.5. I hope you do well in England, buddy. Now, before Huntelaar went to Toulouse, he came to us in the summer from Schalke as a pre-contract, so we didn't have to pay a single penny besides his wages. So all these players about to come back, it's probably them arriving in the summer. So we got Perisic on a pre-contract from Wolfsburg, Mertesacker on a pre-contract from Arsenal. Daniel Agger left us in the summer to go to Manchester City. It was that time where he was playing in the second squad for season 2, and there's just not enough room for him anymore. So he's probably better off back at the Premier League. Valued at 9.5, and we sold him for 12.5. Hugo Mallow joined us in the summer. Right back from Celta Vigo. He may be the future first team right back. All depends on whether or not I sell or keep Dani Alves. Estimated worth at 22.5, we paid 26. Danny joined us on pre-contract in the summer from Zenit. Nicolas Soulé departed the club for a one-year loan to join Zenit as well. Oh no, it's not Zenit, it's Hoffenheim. I think it's Hoffenheim. I can't recall that logo. But he has been loaned up. We needed a space, and I hope he's doing really well. Same with Marquinhos. He's gone to Everton for a one-year loan. Jan Vertonghen left us to go to Arsenal. We sold him for 22.5, 21.85 when he was valued at 22.5. Dani Alves joined us in the summer from Barcelona, estimated worth at 9 million, and we had to pay 15. Yaya Toure joined us from pre-contracts from Manchester City. We finally sold Naldo. He's gone to Atletico Madrid, valued at 6 million, and we sold him for 6 million. Pastore left us to join. I can't remember what that squad is. I never can remember that squad, and it actually bugs me. He left us in the summer. He's worth 38 million, and we sold him for 40. Diego Alves joined us on pre-contract from Wolfsburg in the summer. Javier Martinez joined us from FC Bayern on pre-contract in the summer. David De Gea has gone to Chelsea for a short term. No, he's not gone to Chelsea. Hang on a minute. No, we did in the summer manage to loan Napoli David De Gea for a short-term loan because I was going to use him in January to swap with Manuel Neuer, but then we made a big decision for Thibaut Courtois. Straight swap with Chelsea, Thibaut Courtois for David De Gea. So Manchester United are definitely not going to like that deal. So not a single penny, just besides his wages. It was a very good deal. Fabio Coentrao joined us from Real Madrid on pre-contracts in the summer. Mats Hummels was supposed to join us in the summer from Borussia Dortmund on pre-contracts, but unfortunately he's been glitched to Juventus, so I may need to make a rash decision in eradicating his contract from PSG services and probably buying him in another career mode. We have signed Carlos Tevez for Season 4 on pre-contracts. So he'll be leaving Boca Juniors and hopefully won't be another glitch player. Luka Modric will be joining us in Season 4 from Real Madrid based on free contracts. Neymar will be joining us in Season 4 on pre-contracts from Barcelona. James Rodriguez, our biggest buy. I think we paid more money for him than we did for Pogba. No, we didn't. We paid 122 million. Technically, we did because we gave Real Madrid Benaglio. So yeah, technically he's been our biggest transfer in the history of this career mode. From Real Madrid, James Rodriguez we bought in the January transfer window as a last minute decision because FC Bayern were going to pursue this man. They had the funds, they were going to go for it. So we thought, sod that, we're not taking any chances. We're going to risk it for a biscuit and make this career mode just that little bit more interesting. Robin came to us on pre-contracts in the summer from FC Bayern. And Paul Pogba has been loaned out for 1 year to Liverpool. And probably our best signing yet, Cristiano Ronaldo, pre-contract signing from Real Madrid, will be joining us in Season 4. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait. And that is it, guys. That is all of the signings, keeping you up to date. So if we go to our sell players section, we have, still on the transfer list, Schneider, Jonas, and Handanovic. But we won't need to worry about this man anymore because he's going to be joining Borussia Dortmund when his contract expires. So no actions are available for that man. Jonas is unfortunately going to be staying with us. We're going to keep him on the transfer list. And so is Schneider. Both of them are very unhappy. Both of them are unhappy because they should play more, in a nutshell. So Toure is going to be removed from loan. So is Martinez. So is Mertesacker. Habran. Oh, no. Removed from the transfer list. Danny. And Diego Alves. Simply because the new transfer window is not going to be into a good few months. So we might as well take them off the loan lists. And guys, I need to make a huge decision. Mats Hummels should be mine, but he's not with us. He's recently joined the club, it says, but he's at Juventus. So I think I'm going to pay 10,075,000 to release him from his contract. I do not know what's going to happen, but we're about to find out. So there you go. Approaches have been blocked, so I can't do anything. So I think he's permanently at Juventus now. So I guess Hummels is a free agent, apparently. Not for transfer, he's a free agent. Released from contract. Am I going to be paying 20 million? Apparently Hummels is on the free agents, but he's still with he's still with Juventus. I've got to see this, guys, because I've never done something like this before. Yeah, he's a free agent now. I really don't understand. But apparently you can sign free agents without it being a transfer window. Now, I wanted to sign back Ibrahimovic, but they've been blocking my offers to him. Yeah, approaches have been blocked. So the 36-year-old, 87 overall striker is on the free agents as well. So that's two players we can't approach because they are on free agency and once belonged to us. Release from contract. There we go. But Hummels is there. Too many players released already. So you can't release more than 2? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't get it, guys. I really don't. But I guess we don't have Hummels anymore. So that is it. That is all there is to say. Big changes, man. Big changes. So we need to sort this out again because now that Hummels is gone, I think we only need about, I'd say 3. Yeah, that's fine. Just over 300,000 in wage budget and just under 100 million for transfer budget. Now that that's been sorted, we are going to have a quick look at the injury list. Philip Coutinho is in gym work with a lateral collateral ligament, 5 weeks remaining, and Wissam Ben Yedder has physiotherapy with a torn calf muscle for 3 weeks left. So now, guys, this is the real deal. Now we are going to go through the squad report. It's the first time we're going to be seeing the squad report, and we can use this time to decide exactly the fate of every player for Season 4. Checking out our goalkeepers first. Thibaut Courtois, 86 overall, 25 years old. Come in, babe.
What do you want to do about dinner?
Order a pizza.
Do you want to help me choose? Do you want to pause it and help me choose?
I can't pause it. I'm in a broadcast. So I'll let you choose it. Thibaut Courtois, 86 overall, 25 years old, valued at $42,500,000. Okay form, content morale. Now, I don't expect a huge drastic change with this man, as he has recently arrived from Chelsea, swapped for De Gea. Match fit, no suspensions. Now, in his stats, I can see that he has played 9 games, so 6 in the Champions Cup. That was probably for Chelsea. 2 in the Liga, 1 in the Invitational Cup. He has got 5 clean sheets at the moment. So we can't really talk about him much. I don't expect any growth out of him just yet, so I guess we'll have to look at the squad report come the end of the season. Diego Alves, 85 overall, 32 years old, valued at $27 million. He's good form and happy at the moment. He recently arrived from Wolfsburg back in the summer. 30 games with 15 clean sheets. So in my opinion, one of my policies is, depending on the amount of games you've had, if you've had half of that amount of clean sheets, then you are doing well. So in my opinion, Diego Alves is a really good goalkeeper because half of 30 is 15. So therefore that answers my question. Whether or not Diego Alves is a good goalkeeper, I think he is. And as you can see, he has been growing in the goalkeeping attributes. Samir Handanovic, 86 overall, 33 years old, valued at 30,500,000. OK form, very unhappy due to the fact he should play more, and we have not been playing him at all. He'll be going to Borussia Dortmund in season 4, so hopefully he'll be very happy in that German club. He hasn't played a single game this season. I am so sorry to the man. I'm sure he's a fantastic goalkeeper, but I had no interest in playing him. I simply just wanted to sell him to make a profit. And he hasn't grown at all in any of his attributes. I am not surprised. Alfonso Areola, 74 overall, 24 years old, valued at $5 million. OK form, content morale. He's on loan at ES Troyes AC at the moment. Played 10 games with only 3 clean sheets. And some growth in his physical attributes. I would like Areola to stay on. He's a magnificent second team goalkeeper. So I want to keep it that way. As of now, since he's loaned out, my second team goalkeeper is Diego Alves, with my first team goalkeeper being Thibaut Courtois. Dani Alves, 84 overall, 34 years old, valued at $9 million. Good form, happy morale. Recently arrived from FC Barcelona for $15 million. He's been suspended for 1 game in the European competition. He's had 29 games with 2 goals and 15 clean sheets. So he is a really good right back with only 3 yellow cards. He has been depleting in mental attributes, but growing slowly in the technical and physical attributes. Being 34, there is obviously the case that come season 4 he may turn 35. I could jump on my girlfriend's iPad and see when his birthday is. I think that's a good idea. So let's do that right now. I'm going to go to the Transfermarkt website and have a look exactly when his birthday is, so I can decide here and now whether or not he should be placed on the transfer list or might get a chance in the first squad for at least half a year next season. Or it might even be worth dropping him into the second squad until we get to the January transfer window. So I'm going on to this popular website known as Transfermarkt, and it gives you literally all the information you need to know based in the football community. I absolutely love this website. I think it's a very reliable source, and I use it quite often. But I've just realised, guys, in about 15 minutes, we have got the Manchester United versus Liverpool game in the Europa League of the round of 16. First leg. So I definitely need to keep this iPad on hand and get that Sky Sports Centre up with the commentary feedback. So Dani Alves is going to be entered into the search term. Dani Alves. I didn't want Dani Alcestis. I didn't want autocorrect on. I hate autocorrect. That's so annoying. I want Dani Alves. Dani Alves. Come on, give him to me. There we go. Now, it's a little bit slow, guys. I do apologise. I will be with you shortly. The iPad is nowhere near as fast as my computer. But my girlfriend is preparing for a weekend away. So she's packing right now, so she gets the bedroom. So it's May the 6th, 1983. So that answers my question right there. What to do with Dani Alves in Season 4? We are simply going to put him on the transfer list because he's going to be 35 and will not be eligible to stay in the squad. Because my policy is simple. If you are 35 years old and do not have an overall rating of 88 and above, you cannot stay in the squad. Hugo Mello, my second team right back, an overall of 82 plus 1. So he has been growing he has been growing really well. 26 years old, valued at $22.5 million. Good form, very happy morale. Recently arrived from Celta Vigo for $26 million. He's had 10 games, 1 assist, 4 clean sheets and 1 yellow card. Been growing amazingly in the technical attributes. Definitely see this guy as my first team right back. He is definitely eligible. And I think it's only a matter of time before he asks to get a pay rise based on his contribution towards the team. So, yeah, we're just going to move on. Thiago Silva, 86 overall, 33 years old, valued at $24,500,000. Good form and happy morale. A leader of men, our captain of the team. He's got a 1 match ban from a European competition. After 34 games, he's had no goals, 1 assist and 16 clean sheets. So it's not nearly good enough for the amount of games he's played. Mentally, he's dropping in attributes. Other than that, it's all good. Javi Martinez, 85 overall plus 1, 29 years old, valued at $31 million. Good form, happy morale. Recently arrived from FC Bayern for $0. So he was a free contract. He's got a 1 match ban in the European competition. After 28 games, he scores only 1 goal, 4 assists and 7 clean sheets, including 5 yellow cards. So he's been growing in the technical attributes. Per Mertesacker, 81 overall, -1. So he is depleting in overall stats. 33 years of age, that's to be expected. Valued at $10.5 million. Okay form, content morale. He arrived to us from Arsenal for free on a pre-contract, and he's only had 8 games with only 2 clean sheets. So not nearly enough games compared to what he actually wants. Don't see this guy staying with us for Season 4. I might consider selling him because that is exactly what I was supposed to do in the first place. He's just one of them players who I'm trying to make money off of. Daniel Rugani, 80 overall plus 1, 23 years old, valued at $20 million. Good form, happy morale. Joined us from Juventus for $20 million. 24 games, 1 goal, 4 clean sheets and 2 yellow cards. A really good second team player with his mental attributes growing. Alessio Romagnoli, 77 overall, 23 years old, valued at $10 million with an okay form and happy morale. He recently arrived from Milan for $20 million. After 9 games, he only has 3 clean sheets, and he's been growing physically and mentally. Marquinhos, playing at Everton at the moment, 83 overall, 23 years old, valued at $28 million, okay form, content, morale. We don't know any stats whatsoever as he is in England, but he has been growing mentally. Nicolas Soule, 83 overall, 22 years old, $30 million in value, okay form, content, morale. He is playing at Zenit at the moment, and he's only had 6 games in the Champions Cup from what we can see. 1 clean sheet with 1 yellow card. He's growing mentally. Fabio Coentrao, 87 overall plus 1, 29 years old, valued at $35,500,000. Excellent form, happy morale. He recently arrived from Real Madrid for free on a pre-contract in the summer. He's had 30 games with 10 goals, guys. A left back, 10 goals, 2 assists, 15 clean sheets, 4 yellow cards, 1 red card. A beast. Definitely somebody I'm going to keep on for a good long while. Growing physically and technically. Lucas Digne, my second team left back. 78 overall, 24 years old, 10 million value. Okay form, happy morale. With only 11 games and 4 clean sheets and 2 yellow cards. Growing mentally. Blaise Matuidi, 87 overall +1, 30 years old, $35 million in value, good form, happy morale. He's played 29 games, scoring 3 goals, 4 assists, 15 clean sheets and 3 yellow cards. A beast of a player, once again someone I am very much proud of. There was a time I thought we were going to lose Blaise Matuidi because he did not accept my first contract offer, but then we came to our senses and decided, right, we're going to give him kind of what he wants, and we managed to keep our best CDM. He is growing technically. Benjamin Stambouli, playing at the moment at Hamburger SV, so I was right, on loan. 78 overall, 27 years old, valued at $9 million. Okay form, content morale. We have no stats, and he's growing technically. Arjen Robben, 90 overall, 34 years old, valued at $35 million. Good form, very happy. He arrived from FC Bayern in the summer for free as a pre-contracted player. He's had 39 games with 10 goals, 7 assists and 16 clean sheets with no yellows and no red cards. Unfortunately, he's been depleting in attributes mentally. Romain Hebron, second team right midfielder, 73 overall +1, 23 years old, valued at $4 million. Good form, happy morale, 12 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 clean sheets with only 1 yellow card, growing technically. Marco Verratti, 86 overall with 25 years old, valued at $48,500,000. Good form, happy morale, has 1 match ban in the domestic competition. After playing 30 games, he's scored 5 goals, 1 assist, 14 clean sheets, 7 yellow cards, and 1 red card. Definitely needs to work on his discipline there with no growth. Yaya Toure, 84 overall -1. He is 34 years old. Unfortunately, he's getting old now, valued at $18 million. Good form, content morale. He arrived to us from Manchester City for free. He's played only 15 games with 2 goals, 1 clean sheet and 1 yellow card. Mentally dropping in attributes. Yuri Tillemans, 80 overall +1, 20 years old, valued at $27 million. He's okay form and content. Recently arriving from West Brom for $25 million. He hasn't played a single game for us thus far. And he is growing physically, not to mention technically. Adrien Rabiot, or as I first saw it, Adrien Rabiot. 78 overall, 22 years old, valued at $11.5 million. He's in good form, happy morale. He's played 15 games with only 4 goals, 5 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards. Only growing mentally. Paul Pogba, 91 overall +1, 24 years old, currently on loan at Liverpool, valued at $97 million. He's in okay form and he's content morale. He's only managed to play 8 games, 8 of them being in the Champions Cup, scoring 3 goals and 4 clean sheets. Definitely a man we need to keep an eye out for. We've literally given Liverpool a break in loaning out one of our greatest centre midfielders. So somebody to watch out for. He has been growing technically in his attributes. Ivan Perisic, 81 overall, 28 years old, valued at $20 million. Okay form, content morale. He's on loan at the moment at Real Sociedad, so we can't see any of his stats. I'm surprised we can't see any of his stats because he did play a few games for us. So why they're not on there, I do not know. Maybe it's a glitch, but he's grown physically and technically. Wesley Schneider, 86 overall, 33 years old, valued at $27,500,000. Good form, unhappy. And he should play more. It's part of the transfer list, somebody we do plan to get rid of in the summer. He's played 5 games with only 4 goals, 2 assists and 2 clean sheets. Growing technically. James Rodriguez, 90 overall, 26 years old, valued at 90,500,000 with okay form and content morale. He's recently arrived from Real Madrid for 115 million, not to mention Benaglio, with only playing 6 games in the Champions Cup, scoring 2 assists, 1 clean sheet and 1 yellow card. The man is growing as we speak technically. Philip Coutinho, 88 overall plus 2, 25 years old, valued at $67 million. Good form, happy morale, has that special something. Our first dude to have that special something. He's got an injury at the moment of a lateral collateral ligament, 100% fit in 5 weeks. He's played 28 games, 6 goals, 8 assists, 13 clean sheets with no yellow or red cards. He's been growing technically. Let's hope it doesn't stop there. Got Danny at the moment, 82 overall, -1, 34 years old, recently arrived from Zenit for $0. Simply a man to make money off of, valued at $11 million. Good form, content morale. He's played 3 games for us in the Liga, scoring only 1 goal and 2 clean sheets. He's mentally depleting in attributes. Lucas, 83 overall, +1. Finally, the man is growing in the 3rd season, 25 years of age. Valued at 30,500,000, good form, happy morale. Also has that special something with Coutinho. After 20 games, he's scored only 1 goal with 2 assists and 10 clean sheets. Not to mention 2 yellow cards. He is growing technically. Sean Kevin Augustine is now 70 overall +1. 20 years old, valued at 2,500,000. Okay form, content morale. He's currently on loan at FC Barcelona, so we have no stats from him, and he is growing phenomenally in the technical attributes. I can't wait to use this man in Season 4. Karim Benzema, 88 overall +1, 30 years old, 53,500,000 in value. Good form, happy morale. He's been at the club since 2016. He's played 34 games for us, and in that time scored 25 goals. 25 goals. What a giant of a man. 2 assists, 13 clean sheets with only 1 yellow card. The man's growing technically. Jean-Christophe Beerbeck, 75 overall, 24 years of age, valued at $6 million. Excellent form, happy morale. He's played 13 games for us, and in that time scored 6 goals. Given 3 assists, 4 clean sheets and 1 yellow card. He's growing mentally in attributes. Wissam Ben Yedder, 79 overall, 27 years old, valued at 13,500,000. Okay form, content morale. He recently arrived from Olympique Lyonnais for $20 million. He's got a torn calf muscle, 100% fit in 3 weeks. Can't wait to use the man. After 21 games playing for the Liga and the Coupe de Ligue, he has scored 20 goals with only 1 assist and 10 clean sheets. Jonas, 84 overall, 33 years old, valued at $21 million. He's okay form, but very unhappy because he wants to play more games. He's part of the transfer list. The only reason he came here to the club was to be another player just to make money off of. I only played 2 games, 1 for the Liga and 1 for the Coupe Nationale, with no goals, no assists, no clean sheets, no yellow cards, no red cards. Claude-Jean Huntelaar, 81 overall, 34 years old, valued at $11.5 million. Okay form, content morale. He's on loan at the moment at Toulouse. He's only managed to play 4 games in the Liga with no other noticeable stats. And as you can see, physically and mentally, he's been dropping in attributes. Hervin Ongenda, 76 overall, +1, 22 years old, $8 million in value, okay form, very happy. He's played 9 games, scoring only 1 goal with 3 clean sheets and 1 yellow card, growing mentally and technically. And there you have it, guys. That is the entire squad report. So I think it is now time to push on forward in the Liga. So we're just going to have another quick look at the calendar. Our first game is going up against Troyes, so I do believe I'm going to play my second squad as 3 days afterwards, or 2 days afterwards, sorry, we are going to be in the Coupe Nationale of the round of 16 against FC Lorient. So the first team, I'm definitely going to be playing that one. Lille is going to be a challenge, but it is a home game. I'm thinking that the second team could face them and allow the first team to take on Juventus in the round of 16 of the Champions Cup. Then the first team can go up against FC Nantes alongside Rennes. So we're just going to have to see what happens, guys. So bearing that in mind, our first squad is currently activated, but we're going to simulate forward. Away game against Troyes. Troyes currently stand in the table at 18th. So not a very competitive game ahead of us. I do believe we'll have this one in the bag, but never say never. I do believe Troyes was the team to beat us earlier on in the season. So let's have a look at our second team to make sure they are up for the task. I currently have a 2-1-2-1-4 formation going on. Not sure whether that's an actual formation. I don't want Benzema to play in this squad. We could, however, put Jonas in the second team just for a substitution for now to fit that role. But being very unhappy, it might affect his performance. So hopefully he doesn't let us down. Danny is not going to be in that cam role. In fact, he is going to be in that cam role. We could give Rodriguez a try. But we don't want to do that for the man. He's just recently joined us, and I don't want his debut game to be in the Liga. I want it to be in the Coupe Nationale. Let's apply that pressure really high for the man. So Danny is going to get his chance to play. Ongenda is going to be on the left, with Hebran being on the right. Rabiot can play in that CDM role. Proof is right there. Digne is going to be in left back. Romagnoli and Rugani are going to be in the centre back positions. Malo is going to be in the right back position. Courtois is not going to be my second goalkeeper. It's going to be Diego Alves. On the bench, we do have Benzema in that striking position to cover. Schneider can be that cam cover. Robin can cover both sides of the midfield. Matuidi can be that CDM cover. We could have two centre-backs in Martinez and Silva for the substitutions, and Courtois can be that goalkeeping substitute. So guys, formation looks good, the roles look good. Do I want Berbek being my captain? Yes, I do. Instructions are always set to default. Tactics is on counter-attack. We're going to save those changes and hopefully come out with the 3 points. So cross your fingers, guys. It's showtime. And there you have it, guys. It just goes to show that no matter who you face, simulating your games can always be unpredictable. Troyes defeated us 2-0, even though Troyes is on the lower half of the table at 18th. They wanted the win more, and to make it worse, our goalkeeper Areola was in goal, so he stopped all of those shots we were nailing at him. And we also could see Georgian there on the bench, so he's definitely laughing. Facts for PSG, we received 2 yellow cards, one for Romagnoli and Digne. 3 substitutions were made. Schneider replaced Danny, Silva replaced Romagnoli, and Matuidi replaced Rabiot. All 3 substitutions were accurate. No points for us today, guys. We do receive 2 emails. The suspension is over for Verratti. And Lucas Digne has been suspended because he's accumulated too many yellow cards. So that is most unfortunate. We've got the Coupe Nationale game coming up next, guys, against FC Lorient, round of 16. We definitely want our first squad to be ready. So fingers crossed, guys. But before we get involved with that, Verratti has the audacity to wonder if I can look at his contract and improve on his wages. Now, I don't want to upset the man, even though he's earned himself a red card. But it is what it is. And with only 1 year and 5 months left on his contract, it is now time to boost it for another 3 years and give him an extra $100,000. We're not going to specify his squad role and definitely not going to give him a bonus per goal. If he comes back to us saying, yo, what's my squad role? I'm going to definitely say crucial first team player, because that is where he is right now. So just having a quick look at our first team. Benzema is going to be up front in that striking position. Behind him is going to be the debut of none other than James Rodriguez, who is going to fit nicely into the squad. Robben is going to take the left midfield as per usual, and Lucas will be on the right midfield as per usual. Verratti and Matuidi will take the CDM roles. Coentrao will be on the left back. Dani Alves will be on the right back. Thiago Silva and Javi Martinez, or is it Javi Martinez? I think it's Javi Martinez because he's Spanish, will be in those centre-back roles, and Thibaut Courtois will be in goal. Now we need to decide on the substitutions. Bayabek could cover that striking position. Tielemans could cover that cam position. Ongenda can cover the left. Hebran can cover the right. Torre can cover the CDM. And Mertesacker can cover the defence with Alves in goal. I think that all looks good, guys. We are going to move on. And I just realised that we need to fit Tielemans in my second squad. But I do hear the flat doorbell and my pizza has arrived. So give me a second because my girlfriend is too much of a pussy to answer the door. Hello? Hey there, come through.
You're going to give him a tip or not, Mama? I paid for it.
What, you paid for it?
Yeah.
Hello, fella. Oh, thanks for that, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you so much, mate. Have a good night, yeah? Take care. Oh, it's piping hot. Lovely jubbly. I am starving, baby. Do you want to... Shall I end this broadcast and put some OC on? What do you think?
Yeah, turn it off.
Right, guys. You heard the lady. It is now time for my dinner. I've got a lovely pizza from Domino's, not to mention a couple of drinks and maybe some sides. I'm absolutely starving. My stomach is killing me. But thank you to all those who are watching, especially to my non-existent fans and future viewers. I've been your boy Milzysaurus. This is FIFA 16, PSG Career Mode Season 3. For the February episode. There is going to be a part 2 in the next episode, guys. So stay tuned for the next one. And above all else, have a wonderful evening. Take care.